Hey everybody, TYT Sports, Ben Mankiewicz here. NFL news today, Baltimore Ravens starting running back Ray Rice suspended for 2 games for his role in what was a fairly savage attack on his fiance earlier in the year. The video, taken from surveillance video at a casino, showed Rice being incredibly violent with his fiance. The suspension is for 2 games now for the 2014 season for Ray Rice, and this has been adjudicated, and his fiance clearly doesn't want Ray Rice going to prison, even though she was unconscious as a result of the crime, and he was initially charged with felony aggravated assault, eventually accepted into a pretrial intervention program allowing him to avoid jail time, and could lead to the charge being eliminated from his record. I'm sure people who have a public defender probably wouldn't get that opportunity, but as always, if you have money, if you can buy your way into a good lawyer, you have a chance to get a result far more favorable to you in the American legal system. So now he's been suspended for 2 games, and because of her desire, it seems, to put this behind them, I don't know whether that's the right suspension or not, but it doesn't feel right. I think we all know that. And it certainly is wildly inconsistent with the other penalties that the NFL has meted out. If you knock your fiance unconscious, and we have it on camera, so there's no disputing it. Not that when it's off camera it's less serious, but there's always your ability to contradict the charges. Here, we see it. 2 games for Ray Rice when a guy like Josh Gordon gets 16 games the entire season, although he's going to appeal August 1st. For smoking weed is crazy. Now, since then, Josh Gordon has run into other problems. He's been pulled over for DWI, which is a lot more serious in my mind, and I think any rational mind, than smoking marijuana. Driving drunk, you're endangering your life, you're endangering other people's lives. But the idea that you could beat your fiance unconscious and get 2 games and smoke weed and get 16 games just minimizes the credibility of the NFL. Now, I'm curious. To me, I've been surprised that Baltimore hung with Ray Rice in here. We always know ultimately that your level of production matters in the NFL. And the Ray Rice who finished the 2012 season, because I'm cynical, I wouldn't have been surprised if the Ravens stood by him and accepted a 2-game suspension. Now, after this incredibly violent act, we see that Ray Rice is coming off a 2013 season in which he averaged 3.1 yards a carry. He was terrible. The entire Ravens running game was terrible. Bernard Pierce was terrible too. And so in a sense, again, totally cynically way of looking at it, I'm surprised the Ravens didn't take a stand in this case because they had an ineffective player. And it's a lot easier for a team to take a stand with an ineffective player than it is to take with an effective player who comes off a year where he averages 4.4 yards a carry. And his numbers prior to last year were pretty good. He did get 4.4 in 2012, 4.7 in 2011. This is a guy who was one of the elite running backs in the league in those years, and last year was terrible. But I guess, in a warped way, to the Ravens' credit, they're not letting that affect their decision. But to me, 2 games isn't, you can't beat somebody up. You can't beat your fiance up and knock her unconscious and show up in game 3 and play in the NFL.